Now moving to the end of the poem. Now just to see in the book, the beginning line is, alas, Allah, how very soon this silly little fly. This is the exclamatory sentence expressing the feeling of sadness. As the poet wants to say now what happened to the fly. Hearing his flattering words came slowly fleeting by. With buzzing wings she hung aloft, then near and nearer drew. The foolish fly, drawn by the flattering words, forgets all the dangers and came close to the spider's web. The little foolish fly heard his clever flattering words and soon flew back with her flattering wings. She hung herself at the upward web. She went closer and closer, thinking of her brilliant eyes, green and purple color, and the crest on her head. Actually, the spider has praised her that you have very beautiful eyes, beautiful wings, and so she wanted to have a look of herself in the mirror in his parlor. So she went close to the web, and now what happens? The cunning spider jumped at her and held her firmly. Then he dragged her up to his winding stairs and then to his dark cell, from where she never came out again. Means the spider succeeded in his plan. Now this last lines. And now, dear little children, who may this story read, to idle, silly, flattering words, I pray, you never give heed. Now the poet wants to give the warnings to the children that you should not pay heed to the flattering words of the evil person, because in the beginning what you have seen in the poem, that how the spider tried the different tricks to persuade to counsel the fly, and at the end she came into his talk and then she became the victim, and she was eaten up by the spider. So this fable appeals to us because of its powerful poetic impact. The irony of fate is employed with telling effect. The fly knows how dangerous it is to enter the spider's web. It is ironic that she is finally taken in by the sweet words and meets her doom. Perhaps the poet had adult men and women in her mind when she personified the spider and the fly as male and female. Ultimately, they act as metaphors for certain types of people who exist in society. We cannot blame all people that they are cunning and they are these flatterers, but at the same time, we should be very smart enough, or we should be rational enough to distinguish between flattery and praise, because all the time the praising always is not a real praise. The flatterers and the evil-minded people are bound to be at their nefarious designs, different tricks, different way of persuading the people. We should protect ourselves from them. So children, you have seen through this poem, it gives a very important lesson for you to mug up and keep in mind forever, because that everywhere where you go, means not only you, means we, including me, that we find such kind of people around us. It's up to us to recognize them, to identify that whether they are a real well-wisher or they are flatterers. So beware of flatterers and have a smart vision to deal the people and behave with them accordingly. Okay.